What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of We Messed Up. See, here in Virginia, we're allowed to use gill nets as a form of catching gizzard shad for bait, which there is times where using a gill net is super effective. There's a time and place for it. I'm not a big fan of it just because for video sake purpose, we're the only people in the country that are allowed to use it, so a lot of people can't relate to it. And also it is time consuming when you do catch a bunch of bait in a gill net. You have to wait for them to get in there and then pick them out. One of the other things that sucks about using a gill net is sometimes there's a lot of bycatch. So today's video, we're gonna see if we can take little catfish and catch big catfish. So we ended up with like 30 catfish. Luckily, a lot of them swam away. We're gonna end up keeping 5. We ended up with 1 gizzard shad. We're gonna see what happens. I really don't know. I've never actually tried to use a catfish before catfish bait. But that being said, at tournaments, I have seen them puke them up in my live well before. So we'll see what happens. Let's start right here. I think it'll work, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it's gonna work here in a minute. As soon as we get all these rods out. Alright, so how we're going to do this so we can keep track of everything is we're going to put all our shad on the green rods. We'll put all of our catfish on the orange rods. And then we have 2 black rods. One will go out on one side, one will go out on the other. Which bait we want to put on each one of those, and we'll just remember which side of the boat it is.
Pull them a little bit.
Yeah. I see a swivel. Okay. That clarity in the water, man.
Looking real nice.
Looking real nice. Oops. Dude. That's not a bad fish. I didn't hear you, honestly, it didn't even dawn on me for a second, to be honest. You ate a freaking catfish, man. Cannibals. Now, I'm going to explain why I think that size fish ate that catfish versus probably a smaller one. And I don't know, the day's not over. Who knows what we're going to catch on these? I have no idea. Never tried catfish as catfish bait.
That one right there is going down. That's like the same type of bite.
That's crazy, man. Now, granted, that one was on shad, you know, that's to be expected, but we're coming off of this real cold spike that we got the last 2 days. It was like 70 degrees this weekend. It dropped down to 35 degrees the last couple of days. Looks like those fish are starting to crawl out of the mud. Another piece of gizzard shad back. So, I can't believe that, man.
Yeah.
It was back to back too.
One on the shad, one on the blue cat.
Yeah, so mine was caught on shad. His right there, which I think is the bigger one, that was actually caught on a chunk of blue cat belly. Let's go ahead and we'll get them back real quick. Oh, I can't tell you, it's probably been a handful of times during tournaments. Actually, Patrick, you're doing a great job standing right there. Go ahead and take these off. a handful of times that I've had catfish coughed up, barfed up in my live well after tournaments. So I had no doubt that they do eat them, but it's not something that I think that these fish are actively seeking out baby blue cats on the regular to eat. I don't really think it's that. I think it's more of an opportunistic bite. And I think they will eat them if they feel like they're in their territory or something along those lines, which is something that I would expect. You got one? We got another fish on. Which color is the line? That's the shad. All the green line, green rods have shad on them. So that one has the blue cat.
Feels like another decent one. Seems like these size fish are hanging together.
Yeah.
In the packs.
For sure. These fish are starting to migrate a lot. You know, we're starting to get some warmer days. We're starting to get more daylight. It's not daylight savings time yet, but we are starting to get more daylight. It's getting warmer. And me and you know from experience, we've been out here, you know, maybe twice in the last week, and just every single time we've come out here, you can see just how much these fish have moved. Oh, dude, he looks rough, don't he?
Yeah.
See his eye?
Both of his eyes.
What do we got going on here? He's been hooked before.
He was
See
barely
that?
hooked.
He's barely. Oh man. Came right out.
Yeah. Got lucky with that one.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
He's not a monster by any means, but that's a good fish. Real dark. You can tell that fish has been hooked before. Probably by one of them giant freaking hooks that everybody uses nowadays. And it seems like he's gotten a little bit of infection. And that just goes to show just how much these fish rely on scent, because there is no way in heck that fish right there was seeing anything whizzing by his head.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get him back. He's been shallow. It seemed like the bite kind of fizzled out, so we're gonna move around a little bit, see if we can relocate him, try something else. Maybe we'll up the ante. Hopefully by the end of the day, we'll see if the blues outperform the gizzard shad. I don't know what to expect. I've never used them before, so we're all learning something here today.
He's playing with it.
Huh?
I see he's playing with it.
What is
That the orange hellcat.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it is a fish.
He's hooked up.
Feels like he's hung up. I can feel him like rubbing in something. What the heck, Patrick? We're gonna have everybody using blue cats for bait now. Heck, I'm gonna be using them too.
If it works.
Remember, guys, all the orange line, all the orange rods have catfish on them. That one just got dumped too.
You gonna need the net?
I think we might need the net, Patrick. That's not a bad fish, dude. What do you think about that, guys? I'm sorry, my laugh is goofy. I'm a little excited. I'll be honest, today did not start very good. I'm not sure. I was very, very, very close today to putting that thing back on the trailer, how our day started, especially when we caught all those catfish in the gill net. But we took little catfish and we caught big catfish. So something to think about, guys. All right, so the results are in. We caught 2 fish on gizzard shad. We caught 2 fish on blue cat. It's about a half and half. We really didn't fish a whole full day. We got out here late as it was. and then really didn't even start fishing after we had to mess with the gill net until probably 1 o'clock. So not a full day, not a bad day. Nonetheless, it's about 50-50. So just a little something to think about the next time that you're on the water and you happen to mess up and catch a bunch of blue cats in your net. Don't be afraid to chump them up and throw them out there, because it might work out for you. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all stopping by, checking us out. We'll see you on the next one. We gone.